Case Study 2 Checkbox for Rex. Case Summary. Madison, a young college student, is heading to a university soon and is thrilled to have the opportunity to have residential living. The only issue she has is that she will have to leave their dog because her university has a strict no pet policy. The only way around this is if she can get a letter written to deem her fit to have a service animal. She finds many websites that allow her these letters with a short quiz. Madison is thrilled to be able to bring her German Shepherd Rex, who has been with her for 14 years. Question 1. There are different central moral problems depending on what theory or idea we are looking at. If we look at ethical egoism, the theory that we must do things for ourselves and to benefit us no matter what it causes to others around us. A huge issue with this theory is that it violates many of our central core morals. With this theory, and according to this case, there isn't really a moral problem. She isn't doing anything that most of us would deem morally wrong. If anything, it's helping Madison because the theory says that if you aren't doing everything to improve your well-being, then you are acting immorally. Taking Rex with her would definitely improve her well-being. If we look at the idea of utilitarianism/consequentialism ethics, in this case, there is a moral problem. I think a big one would be that the whole idea of utilitarianism and revolving around the result of something. While it might be intrinsically valuable and helpful to Madison to bring Rex, you don't know the issues that he could cause on the campus. Utilitarianism says we are to add up all of the good and all of the bad, and if it yields more good, then it's morally correct. If it yields more bad, then it's morally incorrect. It is impossible in this case to know how that would turn out. Another problem in this case is that of impartiality, the view that everyone is equal and no one or anything in the moral communities are more important than the others. So with Madison, she is favoring her dog, and utilitarians would not accept that behavior. Now, if we think about Kantian ethics, we can get into what things would be like if everyone did a certain action and having something good come out of a bad action. Immanuel Kant says that if you do something to give yourself an advantage, it's morally wrong. He thinks that everyone should have a fair chance. Madison does this because although she will miss her dog, she does have some things going on in her life, she would be okay without Rex at college with her. If we think about the question, what if everyone did this, it could be bad. There would be detrimental effects if everyone brought service animals or brought their animals that they didn't necessarily need with them. There would be many pets causing major distractions, pulling away from education. It would not be okay if everyone did this. Therefore, it shouldn't be okay for Madison unless she theoretically really needed the emotional support. Question 2. I'm going to elaborate more on Kantian ethics and what someone adopting this perspective would think. The central moral issues with Kantian ethics is that the main test of what if everyone did that, it's not always applicable because its morality depends mainly on the fact of how the action is described, as well as the golden rule, which in short is treat others how you would like to be treated. And the problem for the golden rule is that it depends on a person's desires. A person taking the perspective of Kantian ethics would most likely disapprove of Madison getting Rex as a service animal. Talking about the what if everyone did this test and how it isn't always conclusive because it depends on how it's described, I think with this case it is more if Madison really needs Rex with her, and I don't think that someone adopting this perspective would agree that she needs Rex. With this perspective, it would require a lot more information and a sort of analyzing to determine if Madison's action is morally okay. Talking about the golden rule and how its central moral problem is that it depends on a person's desires, it would fail in this case. A person with Kantian ethics with that point of view would say that Madison would be okay without Rex, and that she is only acting from her desires, which would mark her as acting immorally. Question 3. My chosen theory of Kantian ethics provides an unsatisfactory response to the central moral problems of this case with Madison. This is because it is hard to justify Madison's actions because it probably just isn't necessary. This case study example outlines how it would be extremely hard to never put yourself or your interests first in life. It's extremely unrealistic and it wouldn't happen in real life. As well as the unrealistic fact that this theory's main question, what if everyone did this, that's also unrealistic because you would never get everyone to do a certain thing to in favor of supporting or not supporting an action to determine if it is morally correct or morally incorrect.